In an iOS app, light and dark modes improve usability by adjusting to light conditions and user preferences, making the app easier on the eye and more efficient in different settings. This is the app functionality we will create. As you can see, at the moment, it's in dark mode. So if I want to set it to light mode, I just click on the switch. And now it's in light mode. And then I can set it back to dark mode. Within your content view, add the following. App storage, is user preferred dark mode. Private var is user preferred dark mode. Bool equals false. So the purpose of that line is to store the user's dark mode preferences. At environment, color scheme, var system color scheme. Next thing we need to do is add a simple array that will contain a list of fruits which are apple, orange, cherry, banana, mango, grape. So these lists of items will be displayed on the list. And this should be let items. The next thing we need to do is to add our color scheme for our light modes, for our light and dark modes. So this will be let primary text color light equals color dot black. Let primary text color dark equals color dot white. Let secondary text color light equals color gray. Let secondary text color dark equals color red 169 divided by 255. Green 169 divided by 255. And also blue 169 divided by 255. So what that is, that's a secondary text color for light grey for the dark mode. Next thing we need to do is to add light mode colors for the list. List, item, background, color, dark equals, I'll just copy the color from line 20, because a lot of it is similar. So let's list item background, color dark. No, this is incorrect. It should be list item background. So this one should be light, and the color should be white. Let list item background dark. So that should be 36 divided by 255. 37 divided by 255 and 38. And the next color is list background color. This background light equals color, which is 240 240 245 and then we also need another constant, so it's list background dark equals 28 28 30. Next thing we need to do is to create another constant that is called color scheme. is user preferred dark mode, dark.light. And what that does, it determines the color scheme to be used on the user's preference or system setting. We can delete the text element. The next thing we need to do is to add a navigation view. Navigation view. That should be capital N. And then add a V stack. And then we need to create a toggle, which is the toggle switch to toggle between dark or light mode. $sign is user preferred dark mode. We add the caption for the text, which is dark mode. Title 2. Foreground color. Color scheme. Dark. Primary text color. Primary text color light. So what happens there? The text color changes based on the mode of light or dark. Primary text color. I think there's an error in the spelling. So that should be primary text color dark. And then the next thing we need to do is add a bit of padding around the toggle. And now we set the toggle switch to blue color using toggle style. Switch toggle style tint to dot blue. And then the next thing we need to do is to populate our list with the list of fruits. List items. So we're going through our items array that contains the list of fruits. .cell item in hstat image fruit image name for item. So what this will do, it will display the PNG, the image that's related to the fruit that's being retrieved from the array. .resizable. So make the image resizable. Aspect ratio. .fit. The frame for the image. The width will be 40 pixels. It should be width and that width. The width 40 pixels and the height 40 pixels. Padding .trailing 10. So the next thing we need to create is our fruit item name, our fruit image name function. We can create this anywhere after line 53. So anywhere after lines 53, 54. Func fruit image name for fruit string, and this function will return a string. Switch fruit dot lowercase, so it converts the fruit name to lowercase. So if the fruit value contains apple, so if the variable information contains the word apple, then we return apple as the PNG image to be displayed. And these images must be in your asset folder, which I done earlier, which is here. Paste orange, return orange, paste cherry, return cherry, paste banana, return banana, paste mango, return mango, case grape, return grapes. And then for any other image, fruit that's unknown or doesn't exist, we just return default, fruit. But you can see default fruit, it doesn't exist, but you can always create that another time. Missed out the colons after each case. The colons at the end of each of the case lines there. Just compile it. Just compiling. It's compiled. So the next thing we need to do is, so at the moment we've created a list, displayed our fruit image. The next thing we need to do is to display the description of the fruit and the fruit name. So what we need to do is to add another VStack after line 48. VStack alignment dot leading text item dot font headline dot foreground color scheme equals dark, question mark, primary text color dark or primary text color light. So what that does, it will change the text color based on the light or dark mode selected by the user. And then we just add another text element to display a basic description. Because really, these descriptions should be dynamic, coming from a database or an API. But the purpose of this tutorial is just to demonstrate light and dark mode and how to implement it. Font dot sub headline dot foreground color. It's similar to what we've done previously, so I'll just copy line 55 that we've done about 2 minutes ago. And I'll just paste it here. So what we need to change here is we've got the sub headline. Color scheme equals dot dark. So now we just have to do like reverse these two conditions. So the primary text color dark, that should be primary text color light. I'll just rename it. And the primary text color light should be primary text color dark, I think. No, that was correct originally. So primary, no, it should be secondary. It should be secondary text color dark, and then secondary text color light. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to add a spacer after line 60. And the purpose of adding the spacer is to push the content to the left, leaving a space on the right. And then need to create a chevron or chevron icon. The purpose of the chevron icon is to indicate the possibility of interaction or navigation, so the user can navigate to the next screen. It's similar to a disclosure. Image, system name, chevron dot right, dot foreground color, color scheme equals dot dark, secondary text color dark, or secondary text color light. So the purpose of that is to set the chevron background color depending on the light or dark mode that the user has selected. Our scheme should be a lowercase c. Next thing we need to do is to add more padding, and the purpose of this padding is to add the padding around each of the list items. Dot background, color scheme equals dot dark question mark list item background dark list item background light. And then we just add some corner radius. Create curvy corners. I'll give it a corner radius of 8 for each of the list items. And then we just add a subtle shadow to each of the list items. Just to give it a better effect. Don't have to do it. Color black, dot opacity 0.1, radius 5, x0, y2. Dot list row separator is hidden. So what that does, it will hide the separator lines between the list rows. And then the next thing we need to do after line 72 is to apply a plain list style. List style plain list style. And then what else do we need to do now? We need to apply the background color of the list so that it changes based on the color scheme of the light mode or dark mode. Dark list background else list background light. So it should be light. I don't think the preview is working properly. I don't know why it's showing like this. Let me refresh it. Something's wrong with the preview. Let's see if it runs correctly in the simulator in a few minutes. So the next thing we need to do is to add some padding around the entire VStat. Dot background. Color scheme equals dot dark. This background dark, else this background light. And then next thing we need to do is add a navigation title. And we call this title Fruit List. And we also have to add some code for the navigation color foreground. So that's foreground color scheme should be scheme equals dark primary text color dark, else primary text color light. Dot preferred color scheme. And then the final thing we need to do is to animate the transition between light and dark modes. So we use dot animation, dot ease out. Ease in, out, value, color scheme. Let's see if it works or not. So there's an error somewhere because it's displaying this twice. So let's see if we can fix that. Here is the app. I had to fix the issue offline because Xcode was running very slowly. So this is how we convert it from light mode to dark mode. And the settings are stored in app storage for light and dark. Thank you for joining us.